Before we get to this video, yet again, I'm going to talk to you about FUTTRADING.co.uk. I know a lot of you get annoyed by it, but it is what allows me to do this job full time. So thank you to everyone that has subscribed so far this year. The feedback has been phenomenal. But FUTTRADING.co.uk is a website that was launched by myself and Dan, aka V273, over on Twitch, whereby you guys learn how to trade and get given buying and selling prices for so many cards. We're talking thousands of cards on the market. And just gone live right now is our League SBC investment guide where you guys can make hundreds of thousands of coins from. And icons are now live on the site, buying and selling prices for pretty much every single icon on this game. It's £10 a month for tier 1, which gets you access to all the buying prices and selling prices. And £15 a month for tier 2, which gets you access to our amazing live filters tool, which helps you guys make thousands of coins immediately with some of the best sniping filters on this game. You also get access to this CHEM style calculator, tells you what to sell your cards for, and a trade storage area which we have built ourselves for you guys to use so you can keep a track of how much coins you are making every single day on this game. Make sure you check out FUTTRADING.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss a trading upload. Check me out on Twitch, click the link down below. It's where I live stream most days. I saw loads of you come over yesterday, so thank you very much for the support with that. Make sure you check out our Discord. It's completely free to join. Great community with people trading, just getting on, making new friends. It's great. And check out FUTTRADING.co.uk for all your trading needs. But today's video is a bit of a market watch video, I guess, and telling you guys where the market is currently at. Before anyone says anything, by the way, yes, my glasses are a little bit wonky. I've had a couple of comments about that. They're broken. We're in lockdown. I can't get any new ones. So, yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. So you have to deal with wonky glasses. But the advice I'm giving you guys is pretty solid, so that's all that matters. But yeah, it's basically looking at the market. I've seen a lot of questions in the comment section and on Discord and in Twitter about things to do with investments. And I want to sort of run through how and why we invest and potentially some decent investments that you guys could be making in the long term. First thing that's to note with investments though is I get people coming into my streams and saying, I've got 250k, what should I invest in? And I'm going to put it bluntly, do not invest with 250k. You should be looking to quick flip your cards and make instant profit. 250k is not the sort of coin budget really to be investing. There are investments you can make, especially short-term hold investments, but long-term hold investments, that's not your play. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to FUTBIN and have a little look at the market currently and I'll sort of talk about why it's the way it is. And then once we've done that, I want to look at some of the road to the final cards. I want to look at some of the UEL cards that we've got coming onto the game. They're coming tonight. I also want to look at things like Fodder and meta cards. So we're going to go over to FUTBIN. I'll be right back in 2 seconds time. Alright guys, so we're over on FUTBIN. Now FUTBIN had an issue earlier in the week when people were exploiting the prices. So just always be a bit careful with the prices that you do see on FUTBIN. They seem to have fixed it now, but just be mindful of that. People are basically saying that players are cheaper than they were. So people list them cheaper, buying them cheaper, and then selling them on for profit. It was a bit of a scummy thing to do, but yeah. Basically, the market at the moment, and I'm surprised by this to a degree, but I'm not when you look at the content in the game, is relatively stable. So if we look at someone like Rafael Varane, for example, an incredibly meta defender on this game, he took a slight rise yesterday, but he's relatively stable in the price that he is. If you look at Mendy, for example, again, relatively stable, no real movement on him. And Dembele, again, someone like him, again, relatively stable. Now, I've looked at La Liga French guys there, but they are all very meta cards. Now, why is the market so stable? The main reason for this is a lack of supply, basically. So we're getting packs each day, but I don't think that many people are opening up the promo packs at the moment. I think a lot of people are holding on to their money for things like Black Friday, which is coming. But the daily SBCs we're getting from EA are all untradeable, and the SBCs for the League SBCs we just got are all untradeable. So there isn't that much supply of players onto the game. So demand and supply at the moment seems to be pretty, I said 50-50, it seems to be relatively on point. And so the market isn't really dropping down. Normally by this point, we start to see a drop. Where that can change is tonight we've got road to the final for UEL. There will be some hype about that. It looks like we're getting a Renato Sanchez card. It looks like we're getting a potential Aubameyang card. And so for me, I think the market could see a dip tonight if we get some decent packs and people are hyped up enough about the promo. But it's just be mindful of that. Be really mindful of the way the market is at the moment and monitor these prices, because if we do see quite a heavy drop tonight into Wednesday, for me that's when I'll probably buy in for my Thursday flips for Thursday. And if you don't know what Thursday flipping is, it's basically short-term investment holds. So you buy cards, I usually buy on a Wednesday, I'm not going to lie to you, but you buy cards Wednesday evening and then sell them on from Thursday onwards. So I usually sell them by about midday Thursday as everyone starts to build their weekend league teams. Tend to buy in quite low, make a decent profit per card and sell them on. So I'm keeping an eye on the market, keeping an eye on meta players. Anyone that's going to go into a team, I'm thinking your Jordi Alba's here, your Raheem Sterling's. Sterling's a little bit down at the moment. I'd just be mindful of that. But the UEL does create some hype. Now, I want to show you one card from the UEL from last year. Juan Jesus. I traded with this guy a lot last year. He was brilliant to trade with. But basically, the UEL cards, the reason why I think they tend to do better in terms of trading a lot of the time is the teams that tend to get cards to the UEL tend to be the better teams. So your Romas, your Arsenal, stuff like that, Tottenham's. And so for me, someone like a Juan Jesus, for example, last year, if you look at him, when he first came out, I was picking up very, very cheaply. And as they sort of progressed and like that, he kept seeing a spike, and he kept going up and up and up. He then dropped down again very heavily, then spiked again. And the UEL cards can be really good to trade with. Essentially, what you're doing when you're trading with these live cards is, I don't want to say betting, but you are betting on the teams that do relatively well. So let's say theoretically, you've got Roma playing a team they're expected to beat. Jesus is at maybe, I don't know, an 80,000 coin low, for example. You bet on them to beat them, and then he spikes up to like 90,000 coins. That's how you make a profit, really, from these cards. For me, it's really fun. I enjoy doing it. But I'd be careful with it if I were you. But the UEL cards tend to do really well. But these UEL cards are ones they come out and they're fine. We know what they're going to be. The real money, in my opinion, a lot of time with the UEL cards are teams that drop down from the Champions League. So I'm thinking Wendell's card last year. So I don't know if I've got Road to the Final 1, if I can click on it here. They do. So this Wendell card, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he dropped out of the... I'm pretty sure he dropped out of the Champions League. It might have been someone else. But when they drop out of the Champions League, they tend to absolutely see like a massive spike because they start to progress in the UEL instead. And it's something to be mindful of when we get these Champions League cards. And the one that I'm specifically looking at here would be Sanson. I think Marseille have got a chance of qualifying still, don't get me wrong. But if this card drops out of the UCL and goes into UEL, this card could explode, in my opinion. Because if they get 2 or 3 rounds, then I don't see a reason why Sanson wouldn't climb. Now, is it a sort of card you're buying right now? No, I wouldn't say so. I will potentially be buying into a few of these this week. And the reason I'm debating doing that. Now, if you look at Sanson, I just want to compare him with Andre, the other one that came out, the other rule breaker that came out from the same league. Where is he? Benjamin Andre, there he is. Now, total stats, Sanson has more. Total in-game stats, Sanson has more. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not the exact same card. Andre's probably a more defensive card than Sanson. But Sanson's not bad. Stick a shadow on him, he's fine. But the reason why I look at these cards here specifically is if we go here and go to Andre, I want to show you what he did once he was sort of out of packs and the climb he's had. Where is he? Benjamin Andre. So he's up at 87k at the moment. If you look at his card, basically, he went down after Weekend League, and then he steadily rose up into the next Weekend League and got to 95,000 coins from 68,000 coins. Do I think Sanson's about to do that? Possibly not. But my thought process here is if you've got Andre, and you're not going to spend money on Andre, are you going to look at Sanson? Some people will look at Sanson. And at the moment, Sanson's sitting at a consistent 36k. I'd be interested to see what he does with supply on Wednesday and Thursday and see if he comes down enough. Because this is an 82 rated card. I think he's going to be packed relatively often. It's always a risk, these sort of investments. These are relatively short-term holds. But I like the look of these sort of cards. To me, they're the cards that people will use them in their team. For right now in the game, Sanson's great. If you saw this card in 2-3 months' time at this rating, no one would really touch him. But for right now, this is a very relatively meta card. He's well balanced, does what he needs. And I just think, number one, he links with that Andre card. He links to some meta French cards as well. He looks like a nice card to me. If you look at the other Road to the Final cards, some other ones that could do better on a higher budget, but potentially Zakaria into Weekend League. Obviously, Klosterman's gone back up again. He dropped off, he's gone back up again. And Muriel. Muriel's another one that in the long term I might look at, because if he drops into UEL, Atalanta, I don't know what they're looking like in Champions League. I think they're doing all right. But if he drops into UEL, if you remember last year when everyone said that Gomez was pointless and stuff like that, he ended up doing that, going really far in the end. But that card could do very, very well. And again, he links to relatively meta cards within the Serie A. It's another card that in the long term I'll be looking at. But they're sort of like just some short term, some long term holds. It's just stuff to be mindful of with the market at the moment in general. That's stuff to be looking at. The one question I keep being asked is things about fodder. Now, fodder investing is a long term hold 9 times out of 10. Do I like fodder holding all the time? Not necessarily, but I will say right now, fodder is extremely low as it stands right now. It's very, very low. So if you look at this, if you just type into Google cheapest players by rating on Footbin, you start to see the players here which are cheap. And you've got 83 rated cards sitting at 900 coins at the moment. Ibrahimovic at 1k, Dzeko at 950. So we've got some of these up here. And they're all holding relatively steady with the prices. Nothing's really changing on them. They're staying relatively steady. And the reason we're not seeing any massive rises in fodder this year so far is, in all honesty, the player SBCs have been a bit average. There's nothing that's made everyone go, I really want to do that. If you remember last year during Ultimate Scream, we got that PK card. Everyone went ham for him. It was a sensational card for early game. Everyone went mad for him, and fodder spiked. There's not really anything on the game at the moment, or has been, that makes everyone go, yes, I really have to do that card. It's been a bit bleh from EA, if I'm honest with you. Content has been good, don't get me wrong, in terms of, other than the League SBCs, which I've spoke about before. The content's been relatively good, but it hasn't been anything that's seen for the spike. But what is going to change? I think we're going to start to see from EA better SBCs. I think they're really trying their hardest to dampen down the power curve this year. I think that's partly why we're getting a lot of untradeable rewards to keep the market flat and stable. But I also think that last year the power curve was so high, it got to the point where you're seeing Lionel Messi have like 4 special cards at the same rating or whatever. I think they are trying to dampen down the power curve this year. And so fodder's holding very, very low. It is holding very low. But the new SBCs coming out are big. But the big thing here is Icon SBCs. Now, Icon SBCs are supposed to be coming in a few weeks' time at the end of November. And I promise you now, Icon SBCs will see fodder explode. It will go absolutely crazy. Because Icon SBCs mean that you can get some of the better icons on this game for a lot less of the cost than you would have to buy those players on the game. Now, I do prefer to stay relatively liquid, but if I can grind League SBC method to get my icons, I'll be doing them. But a lot of people are going to do them. And so fodder such as Rodri at 6.7k or Leno at 6.5k or Donnarumma, Parejo, for example, is always a really good fodder pickup. This stuff should do very well in the long term. Does that mean you go out and buy it now? No, I wouldn't say you go out and buy fodder immediately, but I would look to buy fodder in the coming weeks, maybe a week or two. I'd start to really look at fodder. I keep an eye on it. The thing you can do, though, is during rewards, fodder obviously drops extremely low. So fodder really gets down during rewards. So I just want to give you an idea of someone like Parejo, for example. Fodder will plummet with some form of rewards, or when there's no demand for it in the market, you can get quite a good drop off. Now, this is all the average prices on the market. This isn't what they're selling for. This is the averages that they're being listed for. So if you look at Leno, 7,300 on the Wednesday, drops down to 6,300 on the Thursday. You can buy and sell this stuff right now. I'd be looking for big undercuts before if I was going to go and do it. You can go and buy into it. People do it and it makes some coins. Do I think it's the best idea? Not really. I think there are better ways to spend your coins at the moment. But I would really start looking at fodder in the long term. Purely because we know we're going to get a guaranteed rise from Icon SBCs. It's going to happen. So we need to be looking at what ways we can make coins. Now, I won't be buying right now, but when it does come time to buy, I'll tell you guys about it. The only thing that makes me think fodder could spike anytime soon, though, is a UEL, a really good UEL SBC. And the reason for that is I always believe that UEL cards can do better and have more hype about them because people are more realistic about the fact that those teams might do well in the Champions League. In the Europa League, sorry, in the Champions League. If you're looking at someone like an Isco or a Mount, you're like, yeah, cool, but Champions League is very competitive. If you get a half-decent UEL SBC from a pretty decent team, then for me, you might see a bit of a rise in it. So fodder's an opportunity. What I would be doing this week if I was you guys, inherently I'd be looking at what the market does tonight. So tonight is Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday are both very important to see what the market does. It's vitally important that when you are on this game trading, you're keeping an eye on what supply we have, what the market's doing because of that, and how that's impacted. So let's say tonight, for example, it's Tuesday, we get some decent bits of packs and stuff like that. I'd be looking to the market and saying, okay, cool, get yourself 5 or 6 players you're looking at and go, okay, cool, well, they're taking a drop tonight. Potentially I look at buying them in, and then you start to see if they rise again. So let's say theoretically tonight we get loads of supply, and over the next few days or whatever, and you see that Muriel UCL card start to dip from 50 down to 45, possibly down to 40. Start to think about whether you want to buy in there because it's going to be demanded relatively into weekend league. And I think about that Muriel card as well. Another thing that I like about it is his strong links that Quadrado headliner, not headliner, rule breaker. And I've seen a few people that I played against this week using that link, which is an opportunity there, I think, in terms of into weekend league. But I'd be looking at those sort of things. I'd be looking at fodder. Would I say yes, go out and invest in fodder right now? No, not necessarily. I think you're better off if you're going to do any investments. Short-term investments are going to be your best shout. But those are sort of like 2 or 3 days investments. Fodder will come, but make sure you've got the coin budget to be doing it. You do not want to be spending 250k on investments that aren't going to sell and left that in your club. Before we finish this video off, I want to just go and show you a couple of bits that are important for you guys to know about as well at the moment with what the content's on the game and how you can make a lot of coins from those. So I'm going to go into the game and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back on the game and I'm not going to go into too much detail about what I think of these SBCs. I've done it before. If you haven't done it yet, check out the video. But these are still incredibly demanded. I saw a lot of people saying, oh, because of the rewards being the way they are and untradeable, people wouldn't care about them. Trust me, people still care about them. The market's gone crazy because of it. And now, if you look at the SBCs, you guys know I always invest with League SBCs. And if you are a website subscriber, the silver spreadsheet is going live today. So you'll be able to see that and start investing in it. But the thing about these SBCs, the reason why I've always liked the CONMEBOL, is specifically that the way that things are on this SBC, it means that you have to use certain cards in the same way you've got to use certain silvers. And so Libertadores cards and Sudamericana cards are going to go up and down, up and down, up and down with supply. The way that they are affected with supply is anytime we get packs with silver players in them, or to be fair, even gold packs of some of the Libertadores, like gold cards are selling for quite a bit. But every time we get 6 PM content, if we get heavy silver supply, these are your go-to. And I mean this in like so strictly, these are your go-to. And I want to show you why. If we go to the transfer market, let's go here. And you can see I've got silver rare Argentina up, okay? These are just silver rare centre-backs of Argentina. They are extraordinarily high. And because of the time limit on those League SBCs, they're going to hold relatively consistently throughout this SBC. So if we get heavy silver supply one night, usually marquee matchups on a Thursday, which I'll talk about this in more detail on Thursday, go through a few filters with you guys. But if we get heavy silver supply on Tuesday or Wednesday and people open up packs, look towards the CONMEBOL cards. Look towards the specific CONMEBOL Libertadores cards, the Sudamericana cards. You're really looking for the ones that are rated as silvers, then golds, realistically. They're the better ones to go for. But they could see an absolutely monumental drop at times. And it will allow you to buy in when they're very, very low. You wait 24 hours or so, and then they absolutely spike. And you can pick up a lot of coins very, very quickly. It's a really easy way to make coins on this game. And it's something that I've always done every year. I can icon trade, I can do all that sort of stuff. Silver's in my bag. If I go and spend 300k on an icon and looking to make 15k, if I literally go and spend, I don't know, 15k on some of these cards, eventually I'm going to make 10k back. It's that easy. But I'm going to go into more detail on that later in the week. But if we get silver supply, look towards these cards. Keep an idea of the prices that they're currently selling for so you guys know. If you are a website subscriber, don't worry about this. We update it every day for you guys, so you don't need to worry. But that is going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, please make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications, all that good stuff. But for now, lads, I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.